Hi everyone, welcome to another video on easywordpress.info. In the last video you saw how to sign up to a hosting account and how to put up the WordPress. So by now you should have a real live website. If you don't, so stop this video, go back to the previous video, get a hosting and put up the WordPress. It takes a few minutes, it costs $2.95 a month, you could always get your money back. Do it and then come back to this video. There's no point in just watching, you want to watch and do. Okay, so now I'm going to assume you already have a hosting, you install the WordPress, and now in this video, we want to learn how to put in the content. Now before we start, I just want to make something clear. There's a separation in WordPress between the content and the theme, meaning right now we have the default theme. You could keep it if you want, you can change it to tens of thousands of other themes. We're going to see how to do that in the next video. But the theme, the design of the site, has nothing to do with the content of the site, meaning we can put in the content now, change the theme later, but the content will still stay the same. So don't worry right now about the design of the site. We'll get to that in the next video. Right now, we just want to see how to change the content, not the theme. Okay, so here we are in the front page of our new site. This is the back end of the site. We have the URL /wp-admin. We have to log in. I hope you wrote down your name and password. I wrote mine here. So this is the username and the password. Now you can click this, remember me, so you don't have to remember it by heart, but make sure you write it down somewhere. If you forget, by the way, just click on this, lost your password. And here we are, we're logged in. Now the content in WordPress is divided into two different kinds. There are posts and there are pages. Post is if you want to have a blog on your site. It could be on the front page, it could be on some inner page where you have content over content over content. The new one is always on top. Pages are pages that stand alone. They don't show up on one long page, one over the other. Every page stands for itself. Now to understand that better, let's look at a site for example. This website here is built on WordPress. Here you can see that every one of these is a page. Meaning if I want to go and see, let's say about company history, this is a page. It stands alone. There are no other pages with it. Okay, you got the top menu here. You got some other things here. But in the middle, in the content area, you have one page. Same thing probably for all of these. Let's try how it works. Okay, this is one page. British Columbia. This is one page. It's a page with different links on it, but this is a page. Okay, these are all pages. As opposed to that, you can see here in the About, there's a blog. If I click the blog, then you see there are blog posts, one over the other. This is from July 2015. This is from May 2015. The more we go down, it gets older and older, and that's how a blog works. So in WordPress, you can do both. You can also have blog posts, and you can also have pages. So let's just go into both of them, posts and pages. We have here one post, for example, and we have here one page, for example. Let's add some more. Okay, now to save time, I'm just going to copy from Wikipedia some article, so we don't have to actually start typing now. And later on, I'm going to fix it up, but it'll put in my content. So here we are in the pages. To add another page, you just click Add New, surprisingly. So let's add 3 pages. We'll just give it a name, page 1, and we're going to put in our content, and we're going to save, publish. Page 2, and put in our content, and publish. And page 3. And we'll put in our content. Now let's do the same thing with the posts. We'll just close this now. Here we are at the posts page. We're going to add 3 new posts. I just clicked this 3 times. If you hold the control button while you're clicking, it opens it up in a new tab. That's what I did. So let's put in a title. Post 1. Obviously put in a nicer title than that. And your real content. And we're going to publish. And post 2. And the content. And publish. And post 3. And the content, and publish. Okay, later on we're going to see exactly how to make the content nice and put in pictures and stuff, don't worry. Right now I just want to show you how it shows up on the site itself. Let's close this up now. Close this. I'm just closing all the things I opened. Okay, so we have the posts, we have the pages. Now how do we get them to show on the site? So the posts actually already show. Okay, if I go here and I click refresh, so now we're going to see all the posts I added. Post 3, post 2, post 1, hello world. But that's good if you want your blog on the front page. But if we want the blog on some inner page, like we saw here, and that's what most sites want, then that's not good for us. So we have to see how to move the blog to an inner page. That's one thing. Second thing, how do we show the pages, not the blog? So let's start by moving the blog to an inner page. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go again to pages. You don't have to click on it. You can just click on add new. And we're going to add another page, which will have no content on it. It's going to have one thing. We're just going to give it a title. We're going to call it blog. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it news. And we're going to publish. Okay, so we have another page called blog. By the way, you can see all your pages if you click on pages. Here they are. That's sample page, page 3, 2, 1, and the blog. Now we're going to go into settings. Don't click yet. Click on reading. Settings, reading. Now we want to tell WordPress what to show on the front page. The default is your latest posts. That's what we saw here. We have our posts here, but we don't want that on the front page. So we're going to click this. And the front page is going to be a static page. It's not going to be a post. It's going to be a page. Which page? We have to tell it. So let's decide that page 1 is going to be the front page. You can obviously pick any page you want. Just to make it simple, I'm going to choose page 1. And now we have to tell WordPress which page is the page where the posts are going to show up. So for that, we made the page called blog. And we're going to tell him that's where we want the posts. Okay, so again, we decided on a static page for the front page. We told WordPress which is the static page we want on the front page. And we told WordPress which is the page where the posts will show up on. That's the blog page. Like I said, it doesn't have to be called blog. You can call it anything you want. Just tell WordPress which one it is. Okay, and save. Okay, that's step 1. Again, we added a page. We called it blog. Then we went to settings, reading, and we chose this, then this, then this. Now, step 2 is to set up a menu. So for that, we're going to go into appearance and to menu. Now this might look a little complicated what we're doing. Don't worry, this is the most complicated part of the course. The rest is very, very easy. So here we are. We have to give our menu a name. I'm just going to call it main menu. Nobody sees this name, only you. So call it whatever you want and create it. That's it. It's as easy as that. We created the menu. And now we have to tell WordPress which pages we want to show up in that menu. So here we have all the things we can put in the menu. You can put in pages, you can put in posts, you can put in links, categories. We'll talk about all that later. Right now we're just going to put in pages. And we want to put in page 1, page 2, page 3, and the blog. Sample page we're not going to put in right now. We can delete it later. We're just going to click on Add to Menu. Now if you want, you can click this. And then any page you add in the future will automatically be put into the menu. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You want to control where the pages show up in the menu. You don't want every page in the menu. So just don't click that. You put them in by hand. If you want, you can click that. Now we're almost done. One last thing. We have to tell WordPress where we want this menu to show up on the website. Now this is a little different from theme to theme. Some themes have a few places for menus. Some have one. Here you see we have 2. Top menu and social links menu. We're going to click top menu because that seems like that should be the main menu. It should be somewhere on the top of the website. And we're going to click save. And now let's go back to our site. This is our site, how it looks now. I'm going to refresh and let's see what happened. Okay, ta-da! There's a menu. Blog, page 3, page 2, page 1. And the front page is page 1. That's exactly what we asked WordPress to do. So now we have a real website up online, we have content, we have a blog with posts in it, and we have pages. Now you could pretty much go on from here alone. You can build your website, add more and more pages, add more and more posts. You decide what you want in your menu, what you don't, and it's all here. But before we finish this video, let's just see a few more things. One thing, how do we control the order of this menu? As you see, the blog here is first. I don't want that. I want the page to be first. So if you go back to here, you can see we can decide what the order is. So I just drag this up to here, make that first. I can take blog down, and now it's 1, 2, 3 blog. I can also make some like this, sub items. Let's see how that looks. Let's just make one. Save menu. Okay, now we have it here. Okay, page 1, and this is a sub item. Page 3, blog. If I click blog, we'll see all the blog posts. Okay, post 3, post 2, post 1. That's one important thing, controlling the order of the pages. Another important thing is to see in the content itself. Let's go back to pages. Let's choose one of the pages. We'll choose the front end. And here you could see, just like in Microsoft Word, you can have all these different little things to edit it, but you can have more. How do you do that? Just click on this, and now you have more things. You can control the text, you can control the color, you can control if it's heading 1, 2, 3, or just a regular paragraph. That's important to use. Another thing you can do is add a picture. Just go to where you want to add the picture. Let's say I want to add it up here. Click on Add Media. And now you can either upload an image to your server, or you can add it from a URL. I'm going to start by adding from a URL. That's easier. Insert URL. I have to get the URL of the image I want to add. So let's say I go here to Google Images, and I want to add this image. Obviously, you have to add an image that you're allowed to use. I'm going to find the URL of this image. So I'm going to click on View Image. This is the URL. I'm going to copy it, Control C. I'm going to go here, paste it with Control V, and insert. And here it is in the page. Okay, we added an image. You can play around with it, make it smaller, bigger. You can tell WordPress where you want it on the texts. If you want it between the words, like here. If you want it on the side, you can edit the image, give it a caption. You can add here some text that's good for Google. Okay, that's if you add the image using the URL. I'm deleting that. You can also add an image by uploading the image to your server. Click again on Add Media, and instead of doing it from here, do it from here. Insert Media, and you can upload the files. I'll just go to my computer where I have the images I want to upload. I'll drag the files to here and upload them. Let's do an example. So let's say I have this image in my computer, so I'm going to save it to my computer. I did a right click, Save Image As. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Now I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm just going to click on this so I can see the desktop and the browser. So here's the image on the desktop, and here is the place where you have to drag it to. So I'm just going to drag it like that. You can drag a bunch of images at the same time. Okay, here it is. You can give it here a title and a caption. This is all good for Google. And insert into the page. Okay, here it is. Now the image is actually on your server. So you can add images. I'm going to delete that now. You can also add videos from YouTube or other video sites. You embed them. It's very, very easy. You don't have to actually save them on your server. They stay on YouTube. You just embed them into your site so it looks as if it's part of your site. How do we do that? You just put here the URL of the video from YouTube. So this is my front page. I'm going to put in the video we already have. We have one video here. It's the last video we did explaining the server. Just click the URL up here at the top. Control C for copying. Get back to here. Control V, pasting. And here it is. Okay, there's the video. Update. If we go back to here to page 1, we'll see the video inside. Okay, easy WordPress with the content. Beautiful. Now one more last thing, and that's really the end for this video. To show pages, you don't have to show them in the menu, like I said before. You can also just use their link, meaning, let's say I want to send you some secret page. I don't want it to be up here on the menu. I want to send it only to those who signed up for something. Okay, we'll see later on how to put here an opt-in form. And I want to send only those who opted in a certain page on my site. So how do I put up a page on my site without putting it here in the menu? So every page has a URL. Let's go, for example, to sample page. I'm opening up again all the pages. We have here sample page. Sample page we didn't put on the menu, right? It's not here, but I can still show it to people. How do I do that? This is a sample page. You see up here right under the title, every page has a URL. Now you could change that URL if you want. Just click edit, and you just take this URL. I'm going to do a right click, and copy the URL, copy link location, and that's it. That's my URL. So now I could just send someone this URL. Let's say this is my email. I'll send it to whoever it is, joe@gmail. Here is the first video, and I'll just give him the URL, and I'll send it. And when he opens it, he's gonna see, let's open up on this page, he's gonna see this. Here we go, sample page, and here's the content, and it doesn't show up in the menu. So that way I could put this course on how to build a WordPress site up here on this website, but I don't have to put all the videos here in the menu. I want to send the videos only to those who signed up, so I don't put them here on the menu. And when people sign up, I send them an automatic email with the link to the specific page where they have that video. Okay, so that's it for today. Let's just do a summary. We learned about the difference between posts and pages. Posts is if you want a blog. The pages are pages that stand alone. We added 3 posts and 3 pages. Then we went to settings and to reading, and we told WordPress which page we want to be in the front page, which page is the page of the blog. Then we went to appearance and menus, and we set up our menu. We put in the pages we want to show up in the menu. We didn't put in the pages that we don't want to show up in the menu. Then we went back to editing the page, and we saw if we click this, we can have another toolbar here with some more stuff. We can add a video from YouTube just by putting the URL right here, and the video shows up. By the way, you can embed other stuff too, just like if I put in this URL of sample page, so sample page shows up right here. It's pretty cool. And the last thing we saw is that every page, and by the way, I saw every post, has a URL. You can send these URLs to your users. You don't have to put every page on the menu. If you want to have pages that nobody can see but specific people, that you send them this page, then don't put them on the menu. Just take the URL and send the URL to those users. Obviously, you're not going to do this by hand. We're going to see later on how to do it by using an autoresponder program. That's going to be in a few videos from now. Okay, so thanks for being with us. You can really now start building your website. Don't try to change the theme yet. We're going to do that in the next video. In the meantime, just add some content, add some posts if you want to blog. If you don't want to blog on your site, just pages. So when we get to settings and reading, so just don't choose anything for this. Just leave it empty. And then do save. So you'll just have pages. There won't be any blog. Do that. Make sure you have nice 3 articles. And I'll meet you in the next video. And as usual, if you have any friends that want a website, just send them over to our site, easywp.info. And we'll be happy to help them too have a website. See you in the next video.